criticism, and so I had no choice but to platform a former GBC exec. So you may know her from spamming you about donating blood and other weird volunteering opportunities. Let's give it up for our first stand-up of the night, Laura Duran.
Oh wow, so good to see so many fans. Thank you. I don't have much to add. I think Ishani, per usual, really covered it all. Other things to know about me: I'm from South Dakota. I live in Wicker Park. The last real piece of my brand is that everything I've ever done has been motivated by spite. And so tonight, I thought to give myself a proper booth send-off, I'm excited to walk you all through my booth ops management journey. I think it's appropriate to start with the one that started it all. I want to be clear, I do not think about Kellogg. Kellogg, meanwhile, is constantly thinking about us. They show up in droves to our hockey games. They deny sending scouts to booth battle to steal our set list for Battle of the Bands. They aggressively start baby birding one another at workplace functions at the mere mention that boothies are cool. And if you don't know what baby birding is, I suggest asking the person you're down bad for to demonstrate on you later. And no hate, Kellogg's a school. I applied there. They rejected me. And I understand the need to protect your yield with someone who went to Northwestern undergrad and had 99th percentile GMAT scores, and it's just all around pretty great. And so it's not like I've been stewing over that rejection for the last 3 years and contrived this whole stand-up bit to roast them in front of 200 people. Let's talk about someone with far more riz than Kellogg. Me. When United Healthcare charged me $6,000 for the U-Ship plan last fall, I became determined to become loss generating for them. Step 1, tear your ACL. Step 2, hard launch therapy. My theory here, like any good boothie, was that therapy would in some way augment my aura. I would go in, do some light unpacking, and bemoan my parents' shortcomings. In practice, therapy is far worse. I truly hope no one in this room can relate to the reality that therapy does force you to confront your greatest fears. Mine being that my parents are, in fact, wonderful people. I mean, for context, they're both rehab nurses. They've been married 40 years. They shower their mini children with unconditional love and support. My mother in particular leads a small battalion of church ladies who pray over me every week and petition the Lord on my behalf, which is really my only saving grace at this point because God hasn't returned my calls since that one birthday party in the strip club. But it's really okay. I think, as my therapist has been telling me, my op is not my upbringing, but rather my pride. And this does track, as I have refused to accept this diagnosis for 11 months now. But there is comfort in it, there is hope. I do recognize if I can't blame my parents for my problems, I can always blame capitalism or Dean Rajan. Okay, this brings us to our final op. This is actually an op at Booth. I think Booth, like any MBA program, has its fair share of predictable villains. We have our finance bros, wannabe founders with something to prove, trust fund kids who violate campaign rules and clog up my inbox. But there is one op who sits atop them all. Yes, the virtue signaling do-gooder. They corner you at the pub and lecture you on how your career choices are replicating systems of oppression. And after they accuse you of being the iron thumb atop the proletariat, whatever that means, you see a LinkedIn post from them on how thrilled they are to be driving innovative solutions for the world's toughest challenges at Lockheed Martin. And to be fair, those new Hellfire missiles they come out with were basically just strapping ninja blades to missiles. And if that's not innovative problem solving, I'm sorry, I don't know what is. And I get it. you're at this place, you disdain business school people. Trust me, the disdain is mutual. Even me, and I understand how it might look, but like even with my BCG backpack, BCG water bottle, Lululemon tracksuit, and BCG tramp stamp, I do sometimes stop and think, what am I actually doing with my privilege, other than making it someone else's problem? But then my DoorDash arrives with a Linea, and I see the BCG X Balenciaga collab drop. And honestly, these are goals. At least I'm not lying to myself about where my priorities lie. And I do take some comfort that, maybe this performative, social good person is onto something. Maybe one day if I too decide to find my purpose driving innovative solutions, which at this rate will probably be duct taping piranhas to our missiles, BCG always has a defense practice. Thank you.